Another offering from Thrunite today, we've got the TN12 Pro. This light is a compact thrower. They say this will throw 380 meters, and I don't know if that's the official distance. I mean, that's the calculated distance this will throw. That's how they calculate these things. That's how they determine the distance. It's a calculation. But I will say this is definitely a thrower compared to some other lights, and we'll take a look at that. You can have this light for $49.99, $50. Some links down below. You can check it out. This light up in the front there puts out 1900 lumens from that SFT40 LED. Some other accessories that this comes with. It comes with a belt clip case. Pretty pliable, soft belt clip case if you're the belt clip case carrying type. Goes in there, and on the back here a D-ring and just a spot to put your belt through. It doesn't come off at all. Comes with a USB-C cable if you don't already have 50 of these. And it comes with a lanyard, an extra tail button, and some extra O-rings, kind of standard extra paraphernalia. And of course it comes with the standard instruction pamphlet in several languages you can check out. Now again, going over some of the specifics of this light, on the back there's a rubberized tail button, 2 spots there for a lanyard attachment on either side there. The pocket clip is removable. It can only go in one direction, just right here, but it is bi-directional. So clip it there, tip up, tip down, however you want to carry it. Moving forward, the power button here, there's 2 power buttons, the rear and the side button. This one, when you turn it on, will light up in a couple different colors, flashing red, red or blue, depending on the charge status, 1 to 10%, 11 to 20, and 20 to 100%. And then forward of that, of course, is that SFT40 LED, which puts out 1900 lumens and an anti-reflective glass-coated lens right there. On the inside, there is a Thrunite 3400 milliamp hour 18650 battery. Charging port is right here on the side. It does do 2 amp charging and it's USB-C. Thank you very much. No more micro USB. The world is moving to USB-C and they have obliged with that. Functioning of this light is overall pretty standard if you have other lights in the world. You long press the side button here to get to moonlight mode. Press again, it goes off. And then there are 3 intermediate modes, 50, 220, and 550. I'll put the run times here so I don't have to talk about them and bore you, but single click, it goes on, and then you hold it down and it cycles through those 3 modes. From any of those modes, if you double click, it goes to the turbo, and triple click, it goes into the strobe. It also has both a regular and a double lockout if you want to be extra safe, and to get to those, you turn it on to the moonlight mode, and then from the moonlight mode, you hold it down, and it is now locked out. Can't turn it back on. To get out of the single lockout mode, you again just hold that down and you're back in business. Now for double lockout, put it into that moonlight mode, hold that off, and while it's off, you single click the tail button, and now no matter what, if you hold this down, it's not coming out of that lockout mode because it's double locked out. The way you get out of double lockout mode is you again single click the tail button and then long press this, and we're now back in business with that. Now, aside from that side button, there's also that tail button, and the tail button gives you instant access to turbo. Every time, either half press it for momentary or fully press it and it will stay on. You have to press it fairly firmly to get it to stay on, so if you wanted to do some room sweeping with this, even with adrenaline, you're gonna have to press it fairly firm to get it to stay on. Now that turbo, I will say, when that's on, even if it's on for just a short amount of time, it does start getting pretty warm in the head fairly quickly. There's not a whole lot of a heat sink here, but that beam is really focused. So you're gonna get a good amount of throw out of this light. Even from that, it's almost uncomfortably warm just from that short amount of time that it was on. You're gonna get that 1900 lumens for 7 minutes, which is going to make this darn hot, and then it will ramp down to 471 lumens, and it's gonna do that for another 130 minutes. So a good amount of runtime, 7 minutes out of that really far distance, but don't burn yourself if that's the case. Thrunite did ask me to do a quick comparison between the TN12 Pro and the Olight Warrior Mini 2 because they are ballpark similar lights with kind of similar functions and somewhat similar brightnesses, but there are definitely some differences which I will cover here. Now, as a size comparison of this light, there's the TN12 Pro, the Thrunite TC15, and the Olight Warrior 2 Mini. You can see the Warrior 2 Mini is a little bit smaller, a little bit more compact. The Warrior 2 Mini puts out 1750 lumens versus 1900. The Warrior 2 Mini has a broader beam compared to this, so this is going to be the TN12 Pro much more of a thrower compared to this. Still good distance out of this, but more of a thrower for the TN12 Pro. Here's the Olight in comparison. You can see it's a bit more of a diffuse beam, not quite as focused. Just looking at those two trees right there, I'm shining it right at the middle of them. And there's the Thrunite in comparison. You can see much more focused, much brighter, much more of a thrower. I will say the place that the Warrior 2 Mini wins is that the tail button on this, you can't accidentally click it on. I like the function better of this tail button. Either you tap it and it stays on, or if you hold it down, you can hold it down as long as you want, and it's only momentary, so that if you are doing some room sweeping, with this, sometimes your adrenaline, you can accidentally fully click it on, but with this, if you're using it for that, no matter how long you hold it down, longer than 1 second, it's always going to turn back off. So I do love the Olight tail button function on that. The price difference between the two of them is actually fairly significant for being similar ballpark for what they are. The TN12 Pro is $50, and the Warrior 2 Mini is $90, $49.99 and $89.95. So $40 difference between these two lights. Again, a little more compact, a little less of a thrower, but better tail function, brighter, farther, larger. So overall, really nice light from Thrunite. Not super small, but definitely pocketable. It is a pretty super thrower for its size, but will definitely get warm. And at $50, I think it's a very affordable, very reasonably priced light. So check this one out, the Thrunite TN12 Pro.